welcome to this special conversation where I get the absolute joy of chatting with one of the brilliant dance school owners I have had the pleasure of working alongside. Now, if we haven't met before, I'm Victoria, UK-based dance school owner, business coach and strategist, and author of Breathe, Feel, Flow. I help dance school owners like you build and grow incredible, sustainable dance businesses. I'm still in the trenches myself, running my own dance school, raising a family, and navigating all the beautiful chaos that comes with that. So if you're listening in today, whether you're a fellow school or studio owner, a dance parent, or someone just passionate about dance education, you're in good company. But today, though, it's all about celebrating the incredible work of Kerry Byrne from En Pointe Dance and shining a light on her dance school, the values, the vision, and the vibrant community she's built. So let's dive in. Welcome, Kerry. Thank you so much for joining me.
Morning, and thank you.
How are you? How's it all going at the moment?
It's going really well. We've had another fantastic academic year, so we're just kind of closing everything off for the end of term. But yeah, it's been amazing.
Well done, well done. Hopefully a good break at the end as well. Tell me, Kerry, tell us a little bit about how your dance journey started and, well, what led you to opening En Pointe Dance?
So from the age, I would say probably about 4 or 5, I fell into dance classes by accident. But since then, it's just something that I've always loved. It's always been a safe place. It's always been somewhere I can express myself. And the friendships, do you know what I mean? It was, I love school as well, but dance friends were always different. So always danced. And then I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And when I was doing my A-level dance, I was all set to be a primary school teacher. And I remember she saying to me and my parents, "Why doesn't Kerry teach dance?" And I was like, I hadn't even thought about it. So I went off to do a degree in dance. I did the first year. It was amazing, but realised it wasn't for me. So then I thought, right, I need to be a grown-up. I was 19, fell into IT sales, but was still going back to dancing just for classes for me because that was my escape. And then got my teaching qualifications whilst working full-time, still living at home, so that was fine. And then probably 12 years ago, I met my now husband, and I had a very stressful job in IT that involved traveling all around the country. He works away at sea, so I'd maybe get a couple of days a week with him. So I made the decision to move up to Liverpool from Hampshire. And then he just said, "Why don't you just set up your school?" And I was like, yes, I could. And it felt right to do it in a new area to me because it meant I wasn't treading on toes of my old dance school.
Yeah.
Because, she was amazing and I didn't want to tread on her toes or be in competition. I didn't know anyone here. Also, the area that we live, it's very family centric. There's probably 7, maybe primary schools from single class intake to full class intake. And I thought, yes, there's other dance schools, but I just see it as an opportunity. And that was 11 years ago now.
Wow. And as I say, the rest is history.
It is, exactly.
And isn't it just amazing how when you dance, you do dance classes as a young child, it is something that does always stay with you in one.
It does.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, just so many fond memories from, performing on stage, but then having different teachers, learning new styles and the sort of nerves and butterflies of doing exams, but then that sense of achievement when it's done.
Oh, it's amazing. Love that. Love that. So tell us about your dance school. So you said you've been going for 11 years. That's amazing. What achievement. So who do you teach? What classes do you offer? What makes you special?
We do lots of classes. I think when we first started, we had 3 classes and now we do over 30 classes a week. So it's not just myself that teaches. I've got 2 amazing other teachers that do it for me, but we do ballet, tap, modern, musical theatre, acro and aerial silks and hoops as well, all the way from 2.5 through to adults.
Wow, that's incredible. Do you have a favourite?
Yeah, ballet is always going to be my favourite because that's always been my favourite to dance. As disciplined as it is, I still think I love the performance side of it. Yeah, ballet, always.
Oh, love that. Love that. So what are some of the values that sit at the heart of your dance school? Because I'm sure it's probably evolved over time as well. So where you're at currently, yeah, what are those values that sit at the heart of?
So, one of the main values for me is choices because I never want a child to feel pressured and I don't want the parents to feel pressured. So, I know sometimes people say, well, if you want to do acro or something like this, then you should do ballet. So you're still getting the dance technique and things like that. And yes, ideally, every student would do that. But I also appreciate that children love to have loads of different hobbies. So, and I think having those multi skills across different hobbies, will still impact your dance ability. So that's one thing about choices. Also with exams and shows, I would love every child to take them, but not every child wants to do them because we don't want to put anyone under pressure. But we want to make sure they enjoy themselves. That's the biggest thing. If they're not enjoying their classes and their experience with us, then we're not doing something right for them.
Oh, lovely. And just so treating every child as an individual, which is
Yes,
just
absolutely. Because that's something else that I pride ourselves on, is that we keep our classes smaller than some. I could have classes with sort of up to 20 in, but I feel as a teacher in my experience, then you don't always get to know the children as personally as individuals, so or as quickly, because that's the thing. I want to be able to know the child's name as soon as they walk in. But for me as well, it's it's the parents that are doing that slog, taking them to classes, paying the bills. So it's
yeah.
knowing the parents' names as well. So it's kind of familiar as soon as you walk in and friendly. Another thing for us is age appropriateness and non-competitive. I did a little bit of competing when I was a child and it wasn't for me. It just put me under different pressures, which I didn't enjoy. And I know, again, some dance schools, it's amazing, but I want, and especially since having my daughter, who is 6, nearly 7, I want to keep her as a child. So to me, that is not having to wear makeup for shows. If they want to, they can, but also not necessarily wearing crop tops and shorts all the time. Um, so yeah.
Love that. So what would you say it means to be part of your dance community, sort of, beyond the dancing? You said about choices and everybody's as an individual. And I love, there's that real sense of like, that human connection and getting to know everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, is there anything else to that?
I would say, and we get this feedback a lot, as soon as a child comes through the class, they feel welcome and they feel friendly and relaxed, even the ones that are shy, because you do get some kids that are a little bit like, oh, I don't know if I want to join in. And sometimes they sit back and observe. But that's one reason we offer a 3-week trial, is because everyone has their off day. And if you're having an off day when you have a taster, you're not getting a true reflection. And this is something that I love. Like, we've had a few that have been very shy and their mums are like, oh, I don't know if they're enjoying it. Is it? And I'm like, they're doing really well, because each week they go from not sitting and joining in at all to doing little parts, and then 2 weeks later, all of a sudden they're doing everything because they wanted to suss out what they're doing and watch before, trying out all the new moves and feeling confident enough.
Yeah, amazing. And I think we should never underestimate what an achievement it is for some children just to go through those studio doors, perhaps on
Yeah,
their own without an adult for the first time.
definitely.
Can be such a huge deal for them. Like you say, having slightly longer trial process, it's not about trialing whether a student is appropriate for the classes. It's about giving them an opportunity to really feel what it's like to
Yeah.
be part of your dance community. And then,
Exactly. And also seeing if we're right for them. Yeah.
yeah,
Because we
definitely.
always buddy them up as well with a class, someone else in class, because sometimes they're too shy to ask the teacher a question. So we put them with a little friend. So that then we just say to them, if you've got any questions, but you don't want to ask us or, the class assistant, then you can ask them. And then sometimes we get the questions from their new buddy.
Well, I love that, and I can see why you get this regular feedback about being such a welcoming place
Mhm.
to be, because you're really thinking about those little details that actually can have such huge impact on a young person. It's really
We
really
try.
yeah, that's amazing. So are there any sort of recent moments that have reminded you of why you do what you do? I mean, we're so lucky to do what we do, aren't
I
we?
know. Sometimes it doesn't feel like work. There's all the background stuff that some people don't appreciate with the systems and, inquiries and things like that. And I don't mind that side. But as soon as I get step into the studio, it's like, am I getting paid to do this really? So for me, this week actually has been really special because I've got one of my senior students doing work experience, and she came to my very first taster when I first launched the school, and she was the only one in the class. Here, 11 years later, she's now chosen to come to do work experience with me, but it's because she wants to become a dance teacher. And I'm like, oh, that's down to me and my team. So that's just amazing.
Oh gosh, just to know you've inspired that and ignited in a young person and seen her grow.
It's
True. We're so lucky, and it's such a privilege. And I know it's not a responsibility that you take lightly by any stretch of the imagination. And I can tell just from working with you and this conversation, just how invested you are in their experience and their individuals. It's just really, really special. So, well, I think you probably answered this question already, Kerry, but what do you see in your students that makes you most proud?
There's so many things. It can be from the little milestones, like they finally achieve, like the little ones, when they can finally achieve a skip. That's the thing. We get so many and they think, oh, my child can't skip yet. And it's like, or even just jumping from 2 feet with the babies. It's like they're getting there. But then it's also, we've got our seniors now that are going through a future dance teacher program. So they're helping to assist in class, and just watching them nurture the younger staff, the younger students. It's like we had a show a couple of months ago, and the 3 girls that were involved, they joined in as dance captains. So they were responsible for the younger ensemble. And honestly, they took such good care of them. If there were any nerves, they were just looking after them and making sure they had their confidence to go onto stage. I was just like, oh, so yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm feeling it. All the feels, all the feels. So I think we're racing to the school holidays now, and we have been busy prepping for the new academic year already. I know you've been very busy with that. So obviously ready for our return in the autumn. So what should someone expect when they think about joining your school? Are there any classes or age groups in particular that you're focused on welcoming at the moment? How can people find you if they'd love to come along for a taster?
So basically, the best way to get in touch with us is via our social media. So En Pointe Dance Crosby. Then we've got lots of snippets to show us what we're about, what our customers are saying, what our students are up to. And we've got spaces in a few age ranges now. We've got a handful in our minis, which are our infant school children, including a couple in Acro, which we don't have spaces for. But we're launching a new combo class for tap and modern, because we've got a lot of the younger ones that tend to do the ballet. But I want to get more involved in the modern and the tap, because I just think it brings a different side of the children out. Free modern music, just seeing like their little sassy and their confidence. They just let go a little bit more when they sing the song. They just become more expressive, and it's just the cutest thing to watch.
Oh, there's little personalities coming out.
Yeah.
So what have you, anything exciting coming up that you'd like to share?
Yeah. So again, during the summer holidays, one thing we do lots of now is to help fellow parents out, like myself, that need childcare during these summer holidays. Is we've got loads of summer camps booked. So we've got a musical theatre workshop based on 6. And again, we've got a specially adapted script that we're using for this to make sure it's age appropriate. Then we've also got some older workshops that are introducing some new styles. So they're going to be doing contemporary, commercial, lyrical, and I can't remember which the 4th is. It's escaped me. But yeah, we've got our normal dance camp that's sold out. They're always really popular. There's loads of dancing craft songs, and then on the 3rd day, the parents come in and they do a mini performance. They can see what they're doing. So lots planned.
Lots of fun. Amazing. So you're still going to be busy over the summer as well, then?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's not, you don't want to get bored.
Lovely. So finally, Kerry, if you could give one piece of advice to someone thinking about wanting to learn to dance or join a dance class, or maybe one piece of advice for parents, what would it be?
It would be to research, to have a good look at what dance school is right for you, because there are lots of different dance schools. We all offer different things. But if you want a environment that is welcoming, that your child will hopefully feel at ease very quickly with experienced teachers that offers a diverse range of genres, then hopefully we would be the school for them.
Love that. Love it. Love it. Kerry, thank you so much for sharing your story and just giving such a brilliant insight into your dance school and the heart behind it all as well. Like I can really feel it, know how hard you work. Your students are so lucky to have you. It's clear how much love, thought, and dedication goes into everything that you do. Yeah, and they are just so lucky to be a part of it. And if you're listening and something's resonated, whether you're a fellow dance school owner, a parent, or someone passionate about the performing arts, do go and follow Kerry at En Pointe Dance. I'll pop all of your links in the comments as well. And check out what she's up to. And if you're local, go and book your tasters for September. I don't think you'll regret it. And if you're a dance school owner yourself and you found yourself nodding along, maybe you're juggling a lot behind the scenes at the moment, trying to grow your student base, or just want a bit of more space to breathe, you're not alone. You can always come and connect with me over on my socials at Dance Box Coach as well. All right, Kerry, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
And take care.